The title of this live is "What Does Cis Even Mean?"
Right,
Right?
right.
And that's because we want to really shine light on how important it is as women to collaborate. It's not in our interest to compete with one another, but we know that joining forces is what brings us great strength,
That's right.
individually and collectively. So, what better person to do that than with you?
Mm. Oh, likewise, girl. I listen. I'm such a big advocate of women supporting women, even girls supporting girls. You know, I teach that to my daughter, Lexi, because my mom was so big on that. She always pulled me to the side and said, I don't care how big you are or, you know, how successful you get, you always have to give back. So, doing this is just no question for me. I had to, you know, and
Yeah.
seeing your progress, your growth, and the same strive to just have success in your life for you and your family is commendable, because I have that same drive, you know, and I've always had that drive since I was little. So I always like to be around like-minded people, even if they're smarter than me, you know.
I hear you. I remember the moment you announced that you were going live with your business and how excited I was for you. And I'm sure like anytime that there's someone that you know that's coming up with something of their own, it's an exciting moment.
Oh yeah.
For sure. So go ahead and introduce yourself. We have quite a few viewers right now, so I think it's a good time to do that.
Okay, great. Well, in case you guys that's tuning in that do not know me, my name is Kimberly Jarrett. I am the owner and founder of Kim Jarrett Beauty, which is a clean beauty brand that also promotes sustainability. So a lot of my products, it has clean ingredients in them. Why is that important? It's very important because, you know, unfortunately with the US, the FDA only accepts and allows 11 ingredients that are banned, whereas the EU, they ban 1,328 chemicals. So that right there is just something that made me be more aware of, because I'll pick up a package and I'll start looking at the ingredients and saying, I don't know, this is not good for me because this will cause cancer. So I just wanted to see if, even if I'm the only person that will come out and start that trend, at least I can bring awareness to other people and say, hey, start looking at your the packaging to know exactly what you're putting on your skin, and for not only just for yourself but also for your family, you know.
Oh,
So
I
that's
mean,
why
I
I
knew that
started.
through talking to you, I knew that your brand was a clean brand. I see that it's made in Canada. I have lots of your products already.
I,
Um, but you know what? Yeah, I'm almost a fiend, right? But
no.
that point that you made is very important. And although I knew that because you communicated that to me. But my goodness, you need to shed some more light. I think if everyone understood just those simple facts about the chemicals that are involved with a lot of the beauty products that we use day to day,
Oh yeah.
and how yours differs, that shows us the great value in your product.
Yeah, I put a lot
That's
of
amazing.
money and research into my brand. I was very conscientious, knowing, you know, no offense to anybody that's using anybody that that manufactures through China, but I just wanted to have a dermatologist as well as a chemist that knows what they're doing. And I also wanted to have a manufacturer that I also know that also promotes clean beauty. I don't want someone that has all these different toxins that they're producing within their facility, and I have this clean brand and it's mixed up amongst that. So they had to have the same blueprint as I have with my brand. So that was something that was very, very important to me.
Hmm.
And I'm so glad that I partnered up with a manufacturer and also this beautiful chemist and dermatologist in Canada. They are phenomenal. They go above and beyond. If I tell them, no, I think this needs more tweaking, and trust me, we were going back and forth with this, because I was like, you know, I'd get my packaging and I would say, no, I kind of want to change it. I need it to be tweaked a little bit, and they
You
they
got to
were
make it your own.
outstanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's amazing. And I think that that introduction was perfect. And I think that what we need to do going forward, and one suggestion I would have is highlight that. Highlight that information. People will realize the value. And
Yeah.
because, like I said, I knew that. So I'm like, IOD, I don't use anything else anymore.
Same here. I use
I
my
don't use
own
anything else
products. I
anymore.
use my own products. My family use my products. You know, I use the products on my kids. They love it.
Hmm.
You know, like I said, I have the unisex lip scrub and the lip balm. And trust me, even my fiance, he uses that religiously. Girl, I have it in my, in my pocket too. Listen, I don't go nowhere without it. It's such a
Yeah.
lifesaver, so moisturizing, and not to mention you got that extra bonus where you have things that are clean that's going on your skin. You know, so
Right.
it's very important.
Right. Right. Well, my name is Shari. I'm the owner of Statement Piece New York. And as the name suggests, I am a women's boutique and I serve you statement pieces. I really want to cater to the woman who's stylish and classy. I want to make sure that we're serving clothing that makes women feel more confident and comfortable. And I've been in business now for about 7 or 8 months. It's been a wonderful ride, and I'm excited for 2021.
Yes,
Kim and I actually know each other from high school,
yes.
so we go way back. We're not that old, so.
For all
But
of
we
you
go
that's
way
trying to
back.
guess, high school.
But it's an amazing thing because obviously after we left school, we didn't really keep in touch. Sure, there's Facebook. You can kind of see from the sidelines what's going on. But I think it speaks volumes to see, like, even though we had that initial connection back in school, we all went our separate ways in a sense, but somehow have come back together. And it's like time has never left us.
Right.
And I think that it's amazing that we can reconnect with this type of relationship in business. And that's again the point of this talk is to talk about why and how natural it was for us to collaborate and help each other. It's not like we
Yeah.
sat down and said, "Hey, so I'm going to do this, and how about you do that for me, and vice versa." It didn't even work that way. It came naturally.
Organic.
So let's start by talking like about what being an entrepreneur like means. Like, what kind of challenges do you face as an entrepreneur? And I'll start. I think that one is like feeling the need to stand out. Like you want to know what sets yourself apart in your field, right? So we just talked about how your brand sets yourself apart. That's a challenge sometimes when there's lots of brands on the market, but once you find your angle,
Yeah.
that's what you run with, right? What other
Exactly.
challenges do you think there are?
Um, that we have to really be kind to ourselves and realize that nothing happens overnight. Like this is all a gradual process that you have to go through. Yeah, you might have like 200 doors that might slam in your face, but you know what? You get right up and you just keep on going. And
Yeah.
I used to be very good friends with Aaliyah, and that's one thing she taught me is the fact that I remember when she was first starting out, she wasn't that popular, and she would do like shows here and there, and there would be like maybe a handful of people, and I swear to God, Shari, she would knock that thing out the park, and you would swear that there's thousands of people that she's catering to. So
Yeah.
that showed me it doesn't even matter if you have one viewer, you make sure you give that one viewer your all. So again, back to the entrepreneurship, is something that is not your typical 9 to 5 job. You have to keep on working. You have to keep on striving. You have to keep on having tough skin. This
Mhm.
this this business is not easy, and you'll have a lot of cutthroat process. But if you find like-minded people, like like me and and you have that support system, trust me, you could break through anything. So we always have to keep that in mind.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's a big challenge.
And even if you feel like nobody is watching, trust me,
They're
they are.
watching. They are
They are.
watching.
Yeah, but you're not doing what entrepreneurship, sure, we're providing a product or a service, but you're not doing it for the accolades. You're doing it because it's really truly what you believe in and what you want to provide to others. So I think that's powerful. And it's important too not to compare yourself to others, whether or not it's within your field, within your industry. You want to have your straight, like you want to focus on yourself, focus on your business, and that will be, I think, paramount going forward.
I think
You want to be authentic,
oh
right? You
yes,
want
you
to
have to.
always remain true to your values.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the, I guess, most important things that we need to remember. Pivoting is important. We were just
Oh
talking about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and personal development, because
Yeah.
as your business takes off, you're always going to have different levels, right? And when you keep stepping and progressing in life, whether you're changing, because you're always changing with your business, because you
Yes.
have to learn how to adapt. That's something that's very important. If anything has not taught us from last year, is that you have to learn how to adapt. You know,
Yeah.
with pop-up shops being less frequent because you can't really be so much in person, you have to learn how to do things where it's virtual. So if you don't know how to kind of like jump in there, roll up your sleeves and say, you know what, I'm going to start being a photographer. I'm going to start being a programmer. You know, you have to learn how to do all these things. Trust me,
Speak
Shari,
about it.
girl,
Yes.
let
The
me
amount
tell
of
you.
things that I have learned to do,
Yes. Who you
you
telling?
know?
Who are you
Hmm.
telling? I gotta tell you, one of my biggest hurdles when I first started my brand was
Hmm.
I had reached out to two people and I said to them, oh, you know, I wanted you to do my website, because they made a slamming website. They have a brand, this big brand, elaborate brand and everything. And I said, you know what? I would love for you to do my website. And
Hmm.
listen, I was going to pay the person. I'm not going to let you do stuff for me for free. I'm not that type of girl, you know? So um, the person disappeared. So I said, okay. So between my mom and my fiance, they were like, yo, Kim, you're brilliant. Why don't you do it yourself? You can do it. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know. But then as I said, listen, this is something that I'm very passionate about. I want to do it. Nothing's going to stop me from doing it. I started learning, you know, playing around with this stuff. And my
Hmm.
website that you see today, I did all of that myself.
Yep.
So again, personal development, you're always continuously growing and
Hmm.
learning and tweaking and doing all sorts of different things. If you really want it, trust me, you'll persevere.
You figure it out. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I completely identify with that because I created my website as well.
Yes, girl.
It is doable.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, so let's talk about, so basically when we collaborate, we realize that everyone wins. It's very commonplace for people to feel like because somebody else is winning, that you've
Yeah.
lost. And that's a scarcity mentality. That's a
Yes.
mentality that is not healthy to keep. We have to have a growth mindset and we have to realize how we can help each other to do better, right?
Exactly.
So collaboration helps. It gives you space to dream. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it gives you space to bounce things off of. I remember I mean, from the time that I started using your products, like every photo shoot that I've done, I'm wearing Kim Jarrett Beauty. And when I post, I am saying that I am wearing Kim Jarrett Beauty. Like, you know, guess where this lip color is from? I'll get like answers in the boxes and they'll be like MAC Cosmetics and I'm getting all these names and I'm like, nope.
That's right.
Kim Jarrett Beauty. And it's not that you asked me to do that, but I feel like because we can develop that sort of partnership,
Yeah.
that your name can be in rooms that you don't physically have to be present in, and you win too. Why not?
Exactly.
It's not a dog eat
Listen, I
dog
have
world.
pieces in my closet from you, girl. And matter of fact, this top that I'm wearing is from you. So, you know, gotta represent.
Hey. And my lip color is Spanish Town. You're
Uh-huh.
wearing
And I have on
Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah. But you know, the partnership has to make sense,
It has
right?
to.
Like I can't think of anything. I'm looking into my kitchen. Like I wouldn't collaborate with the home appliance dealer.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
It
Like
doesn't make sense.
collaboration does have to make
It
sense.
does. It does.
But I think that through collaboration, you can grow together. Um, why is it that we idolize people and want to like always, I don't know. It's like if you see somebody doing the same thing as you, and you see your friend like liking and liking and liking, but what you have, they're not doing the same. It's
Right.
like,
It's
what
like
is that?
that shift in that friendship. It's like,
Right.
okay, I'm cheering you on, but why is it you're not cheering me on? You know?
Right.
And remember we were having that conversation like last night? And I
Mm-hmm.
said to you, I remember when I used to go to Miami every 3 months. No lie, Shari, I would go to a restaurant and I would see so many different ethnicities sitting down at the table. And unfortunately, it was more guys than females. And they would be, bouncing off ideas off of each other. And they're like, oh, maybe you should do it this way and whatever. And one would have a strength and one would have a weakness, but because they came together and they're just
Exactly.
feeding off of each other, they're all winning and they're making millions of dollars. Like they're not even
Mhm.
just, it's not chump change.
Yep.
So why can't we do that? And I feel like we need to start breaking the mold and start doing
Mm-hmm.
those things and say, listen, Shari, let's have a meeting, girl, because
Mm-hmm.
I learned this about something in fashion. Maybe you should tweak it this way, and
Mm-hmm.
people need to understand too, to open up to suggestions, because it's not all about you and it's not about trying to tear you down. Sometimes your friends are really trying to help you so you can
Yep.
grow, so you
Yep.
got to take that constructive criticism.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's called a mastermind when you come together with others and you just sit and you talk, you can discuss ideas and you have to be open. Yes, open to correction, open to providing information. I think that that is key. And you're right. It's seen in other cultures. It's not done enough in ours.
Yep.
And I'm proud to say that being in business, that is an idea I'm willing to promote and
Me too.
act out. Like I'm willing to do it.
Me
So.
too. Me too. But then again, it can't be just one sided, like you said, because
Mhm.
sometimes people take advantage of it. And when you start seeing people are just takers and they're not also givers, it doesn't make any sense. You just need to kind of cut them loose and you move on and you just be around people that's going to be doing the same thing that you're doing, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Exactly, babes. Brains collaborating with other brains. And that's how you get that's how you get, to the top status. No one,
Mhm.
like I said in my other video, no one is an island. Like we all need each other. We all are here on this earth to help one another at some level.
Mhm.
You know.
Yep. 100%.
What about you? Like, since you started your business, like have you seen or had to kind of distance yourself because you felt like people or maybe situations would stagnate your growth with statement piece?
Well, I didn't feel like anyone's actions stagnated my growth because, and I don't want to sound cocky, but that just, it's not something that would bother me nor stop me.
That's right, girl.
But, there is this feeling where you feel like certain people's attitudes and behaviors towards you have clearly shifted.
Yeah.
And it's never to a point where it's openly discussed.
Hmm.
So it's only an assumption. So rather than sitting in my feelings or rather than thinking it's always about me, I
Hmm.
just push through and do what I have to do because those who are my tribe, those who are behind me, those who are supporting, then those are the ones that I focus my attention on. I'm not going to focus my attention on people who are willing to or try to stagnate my growth. A, B, openly not support me. I'm
Right.
not, that's not I'm here to do business. That's what my entrepreneurship portion of me is. And I'll continue to do that. But when it comes to personal relationships, even if it's a good friend of mine and I feel like they're not supporting how I expected them to, I've learned to separate the two.
Yeah.
And I had to sort of learn the hard way, but I realized that if it's not my business, so long as they're there as my friend, that's all
Right.
that matters.
Right.
Right. So if they don't support the business, yeah, I'm gonna look a little funny. I'm gonna be a little upset about it.
Yeah, you
But if
can't.
they're still my friend, that's
Yeah,
what's most important because if I didn't have the business and I'm sick, God forbid, who's coming to my hospital bedside?
that's
It
true.
better be my friend, right?
That's right.
So I don't let anything bother me. I
You
focus
know,
on me.
I gotta say, I've grown a lot because before I had to learn how to separate that. I had to learn, okay, sometimes you have to let things get too personal. You take too personal. You have to kind of like look at things from a different lens and try to position yourself in a way where you're thinking on the other end. And like you said, like sometimes, friends might not want to get into the nitty gritty of the business, but at the end of the day, their loyalty and their friendship is unquestionable, and
Right.
that's the most important thing. And I have to say, it doesn't matter, like, if your friend kind of, is not there all the time, but as long as they're always uplifting you and they're there for you, whether the chips are high or low, that's a true friend. And you got to always remember that.
Absolutely. 100%. I was just taking part in a good friend of mine, Karina from K-Fit. She has a boutique gym. Been supporting her for a long time. Very proud of her. She's been making a lot of strides. But we had a goal setting workshop this weekend. And it's funny because she took a moment and we had a few business owners in the group, a few weren't, but she made it a point to say that, for the business owners, I want you guys to realize, and it's common, it's not just you, you're going to get a lot of support in the beginning of your business from friends and family. And that's great, but they're not your target audience necessarily, right? So that might dwindle and you might feel like they're not supporting me, they're not buying from me, but support doesn't only come from purchases.
That's right.
Support can come from sharing. Support can just be supportive, being there for you for anything else that you might need. It doesn't always mean that you have to spend money or buy anything.
And sometimes they could have an open ear, hear something and say, hey, Shari, look what I found out. And that could be like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I'm going to check that out. And then.
Right. Or if there's like an event, a pop-up event, and you're like, oh, hey, I heard that there's something going on. Do you want to be a part of it? Like, those are just simple ways that you can easily involve and help each other. And everyone can win. Absolutely.
I agree. And I feel like as women, you see how times is evolving, right? Look, we have, yes, okay. we have a Madame Vice President. Listen,
oh my goodness. I teared up.
Changes. Yeah, there's so many changes now that we have to embrace it. And like I said, we got to collaborate together. We got to form our initiatives together and just stand united and stop thinking and stop worrying about what this person got and what that person got and what that one is doing and what that one is saying. No, you need to come together genuinely and really say, you know what, girl, I'm so happy for your success. I'm so happy that you're making strides. Let's see how we can do this together, Yeah. And that's really where the success comes in, because the more, just like if you keep chasing after money, right? That money's going to keep, it's just going to keep running. You're never going to get the money. You have to put yourself into whatever project or whatever passion that you have and genuinely want to do it. And then the money comes. It's the same way that you would have to do if you have like different sort of things that's coming together, right? With your friends and all of that. If you keep worrying about so many different things and your focus is more driven off, like you're more focused on whatever else that's out there, you're not really you're not really like saying, okay, let me just focus my energy on what I'm doing today, and then you keep building on that, because that's just going to stagnate your growth.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to also
I see Dwayne said law of attraction, very important.
Starts with passion. And it's once you are authentic and genuine, you're good.
Well,
that transparency will attract, and I think you're absolutely right. It is laws of attraction.
And people will spot a fake a mile away.
Yep.
They'll be like, oh no, that person is a fraud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So in regards to your line, like, what is it that is like your number one best seller?
Oh, my best seller was the denim coat. I had this wonderful long denim overcoat with this beautiful floral lining. It was satin.
Mm-hmm.
and the coat was so on point. It had shoulder pads, it was a tapered sleeve, zippers on the sleeve,
Mm.
pockets everywhere. It was amazing, this coat. And the minute I dropped it, it was like sold, 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 sold. My mom was like, that's too expensive. She's like, it's too expensive. You shouldn't put
No.
that in your store. No one's gonna buy it. It's gonna sit on the shelf. But she wasn't being pessimistic. She was just trying to tell me, don't waste your money purchasing that because it's not gonna sell. And I'm like,
She didn't
mm-mm.
see your vision. She didn't see your vision.
Yeah, so I mean, that was my bestseller, and unfortunately, I couldn't get more of it.
Oh.
But it's interesting because the more expensive things sell faster.
Yeah.
That I think is because the quality
Mm-hmm.
really shines through, and that's what people want is quality.
Listen,
Um,
people won't mind spending the money if it's a great product. They look into
Absolutely.
every single details. I mean, whether it's
Mhm,
just the way it feels, just the way it looks, you know,
mhm.
they'll actually spend out more money on it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The other bestsellers that I have are the dresses, and that could be because we were around the season of the holidays, and now we have Valentine's Day coming up. But a lot of the dresses, actually, I think you got one of them in black,
Yes,
and I have
I
red.
do. Actually, I do. I feel like, oh, I can't wait for this damn pandemic to go away because I really want to wear it. I really want to wear it. It's so beautiful because it has like this little peekaboo front,
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
which is not, it's not trashy. It's just so sophisticated. And
Girl,
do you have it?
this is the red one,
Oh, see, that's what I'm
and that's
talking
the
about.
peekaboo that you're talking about.
I have the black to
So
match.
pretty. Yep.
I
But
have,
this is going quickly because Valentine's Day is coming. It's just that, yes, you're right. I wish the pandemic would go away
oh
because
gosh.
the lives lost, the way that it's just impacting society, it's really terrible.
I
But
know.
then for selfish reasons, people want to go out. People want
I
to
know.
interact. People live to be social, and it's like this is really taking away from that. Valentine's is a little different because it'll be an intimate time. You
Right.
don't have to worry about crowds.
Yeah.
But this pandemic sucks. I think we all
But I
can
love
agree.
that dress, Shari. I just can't wait to wear it. I just want to go somewhere to wear it, though. I don't know. Maybe I might just wear it on Valentine's Day. You know, just dressed up. Just be in the house, but dressed up.
Send me pictures.
Of course, you already know. You already know.
Yeah. But, how about you? What would you say your bestseller is? Because I know, like, out of everything that I've gotten from you, my number one is Kingston. Like, yeah, I'm always, that's the first one I pick up,
I'm a
but I
red
still
girl,
like the
so
others, but Kingston is it. I love a red lip.
me
Love
too.
a red
It's
lip.
just classic. You dress it up, dress it down. I mean, you want to put your hair in like this nice big bun or something, sloppy bun. You just put it on and you just look all dressed up and doll ready to go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that's one of my number one bestseller. That's this here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my to go. If you notice most of my pictures, I really need to start branching off because I have other colors. But I gotta say, like between Kingston and Jamaica, because Jamaica is the lip definer, those are my to go pieces. But my other to go pieces, and that's another bestseller, is Dunn's River Falls, the lip balm. And
Yes, I love that lip
I've
balm.
gotten so many people that said, I love the smell. I love the texture. I love that I can just put it on my lips and it's so moisturizing. Even your lipsticks.
Yeah.
I can drink. I can kiss my sweetheart. I can do whatever. I can eat and it
You
won't
can
rub
wear
off.
your
I
mask.
could wear my mask and it won't come
Hmm.
off. And that's another bestseller point that a lot of people have, wrote back to me about. I have launched my skincare line, and I would have to say my bestseller would have to be the Doctor's Cave Mini Facelift Serum.
Hmm.
Girl, this thing right here.
Yeah, I have to get into your skincare products. I got to get rid of what I have first because
I know.
But yeah,
But it's
tell me
this
about the serum.
this thing here. Whether it's older people or even people our age or even in their early 20s or maybe 18 or so, they'll buy this and they love it. And they said that it's really, all you need is like one pump.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you could see it. So all you need is one pump. It's pretty much sheer. And then you just
Mm-hmm.
rub it in. And it's, when I tell you, within 60 seconds, you feel that tightening. And it's a gratifying lift. Like, it's not even something that I'm exaggerating. Like say if you wake up one day, right? And you're, you know, you may have like little bags under your eyes and you're like, you know what? Let me just rub a little bit of this. It's gone. Your bags are literally gone, Shari. Look at this. I just put this on and I feel like my skin is already tightened. You know,
That's
so
amazing.
that's another point that a lot of people love. They love to, they love that. They love the serum, and they also love the masks.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
you using the mask. I was like, because I love a
yeah,
good mask.
a mask is always good because, you know, especially once a week, it's always good to just exfoliate your face and get all those dead things, especially with you wearing all the masks all the time. You know how you have acne, you know, so
Mhm.
you'll have little bumps here and there because you're just always in that mask. It's just
Yeah, I
good
know
to
all
have.
about it, girl. Right on the chin.
Yes, I get my little breakouts here and there. And
Hmm.
what I do is I'll just put my mask on, and it just hydrates your face. It cools down any inflammation, and it's pretty good. And I have three different, I'm going to show you. I have like three different versions. So I have the Kanoko Falls, which is more for like normal combination skin, and
Hmm.
it brightens.
Hmm.
Then I have one that's purely just for acne, and that's going to be the Somerset Falls. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's the Island.
That's the one where I'm like, because obviously shopping online, I'm like, how does that one smell? So you said it has like a fresh garden scent to it, right?
Oh yes, it has a fresh garden smell. Yeah,
Hmm.
nothing. And I gotta say, like, they did a really great job because I told them I didn't want anything to smell medicine-y. You know, I hate that. Like, it
Me
just,
too. I don't
yeah,
like that.
anything that you put on your face and it just smells like, oh my God, I just want to hurl. You know, it doesn't make you, it doesn't give that. Like, all three of them have
Hmm.
like really good smells to it. Like this one, it smells almost like jasmine. This is Somerset Falls.
Hmm.
So
I
this
love that you named your products to, after places in Jamaica.
oh yeah,
Love it.
that's another element that I wanted to showcase. I wanted to showcase my heritage. I wanted to kind of introduce people who don't really know Jamaica that well. And even I'm
Hmm.
learning too, because as I'm doing research, everything to the fine details is all thought of. Like, I think about Kingston. I feel like Kingston is the heartbeat of Jamaica. So that's why I named it. I gave
Made
it
it
a
the
red
right.
color.
Hmm.
And Jamaica, it outlines the whole entire island. So that's why the lip definer is Jamaica. You know,
Hmm.
Dunn's River Falls, that's such a popular destination that people all over the world knows. And
Hmm.
it's a place where you feel so great. You feel moisturized. You feel like you just was
Rejuvenated. Yeah.
right? So that's why I named my lip balm Dunn's River Falls. So
Yeah.
everything has a specific meaning. So not only did I incorporate clean beauty and sustainability within my packaging, I wanted to make sure that it was tied into a culture. So that's very important
Yeah.
to me, you know.
And you say, touch the culture,
Touch
girl.
the culture. And literally, you're touching the culture.
Literally.
And
Yep. I love it. I love
I
it.
gotta
Your
say
branding
too,
is
Shari.
amazing.
Yeah, I gotta say too. I have a lot of Jamaicans that, I mean, this become like I don't know, like a rivalry of some sort. They're like, "What happened? You didn't name anything Clarendon? What's going on? Why you only?" I'm
Just
like,
tell them to chill for a moment and say coming soon.
oh yes, oh
Coming soon because you will expand, you will
I
grow.
am
There's going to be a name for everything. Don't worry.
everything.
Tell them to cool.
I
Cool now.
know. Listen, I had somebody that's from Mandeville, and we call it Cool Cool Mandeville. So that's why I gave it the plum color. So they were like, "Oh, cool, you have Mandeville," and they want to buy it just because of the name.
Just because it's called Mandeville.
Right. And then when they put on the product, they're like, "Oh, this is good. I love this." And then that's how my products are starting to grow. I had somebody from Hawaii, Shari, that bought a product from me, and they're not into lipsticks. And she was telling me that there was a color that caught her eye, and she bought it, and she was great. She was happy because she bought about 2 or 3 different colors, and she said I turned her into a girl that wears lipsticks, and she's a surfer.
Wow.
Who would know, like, somebody who was a surfer all the way in Hawaii is wearing Kim Jarrett Beauty. It's something that makes me feel good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love all of it.
Yeah.
Similarly, like I come up with these creative names for my pieces, and I feel like it may not be as, I guess, niche down to Jamaica as yours, but when I look at a statement piece, I try to think of what's the first thing that comes to mind. So like that red dress is called Execution by Elegance because it's elegant, although form-fitting, and you are executing that elegant feel.
Ooh, I like that.
That denim coat was called Soul Lining because you look at the coat, you love it, but when you open it, you look inside, it's like it just touches your soul.
It
So
does,
I
because
feel
I
like
remember seeing the patterns and everything.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What else do I have? Like I have the
You don't have anything to show the viewers, right?
I have plenty, girl. I have this beautiful satin twist front top, and
Oh, that's so nice.
I called it effortless movement because it has these beautiful balloon sleeves. And when you wear it, you don't have to do anything. It just flows beautifully.
That's
Like there's so much. And at the end of the day, like we have to really believe in your brand and you have to know how you're translating that information to others because, it's hard, especially we're shopping online. You want to really know what you're buying into.
Yeah.
I got these cute, cute, cute jeans that have like this jogger look to it.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
so it's like fitted at the waist. And when I say quality, I mean they have really good quality. There's
Yeah, you can
pockets.
see it. You can see it. You see the details.
Yeah, but then you get down to the ankle
Oh.
and it's like a button cuff around the ankle. So good. So I called it button cuff because I'm like, this, I love it. It's just different. It's not your run-of-the-mill like regular pair of jeans. This
And
is
let
a
me tell you
statement
something,
pair of
people love
jeans.
that. They love originality and they love things that are completely different. Because you don't want to be walking in the street and looking like everybody. What's the point in that?
Yeah,
So
no.
if you can have like a piece, and that's again back to your name, statement piece, because
Yep.
it's a statement. When you wear anything that you got, it's something that will turn heads and you're like, oh, I like that.
And
Where'd you
that's
get
the
that
point.
from, girl?
Absolutely.
I mean, is it hard for you to come up with these names sometimes? Or is it something that
Really,
you
I
kind of
feel
look?
like exactly. I look at it and I try to think like, what about it can I use sort of like a pun, like that can incorporate what makes that piece unique, right?
Right.
So like this dress, it's tie-dye, right?
Mm.
When you wear it, it's form-fitting. So I called it tie-dye and demand.
Mm. I like
So
that.
it's creativity. Like I appreciate hearing like the story behind not only the fact that your brand is based around the culture and country of Jamaica, but how you have direct meaning behind each product and why. Like that's important. And I
Oh,
think people see that and that shows that you're not just throwing something together and trying to
right.
put something out for a quick dollar. You're really instilling value into your product and you want people to receive and understand that. And they will value it too. They will see that and they will value that as well.
And I think that's one of the things that really does set me apart from the rest of the masses out there, because you do have, I mean, millions of different brands of beauty products, but I have yet to see a brand that has a culture that's tied into it. you know.
Absolutely.
And this was something that wasn't a fly-by-night idea. This was something that, you know, I thought about 10 plus years in the making. So some people, they're like, oh, wow, she just came up with this beauty brand. No, it's been something that I've been working on for a very, very long time. And I gotta say, I have to thank and shout out my professor at Pace University, Professor Green, because she was the one that made me think outside the box when I was taking my business courses. And she pulled me to the side when I was doing a business plan for a nightclub. And I called it KJ3. Don't ask me why.
No, I'm going to ask you why. No,
Again,
I'm going to ask you why.
Again, this is something that is, I love to create. I love to think outside the box. And where KJ came from my initials, Kimberly Jarrett, obviously. The 3 came from Trinity. So in the Bible, you know how you have the Trinity. You know, you have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So that was something that I don't know why, but that was something that just popped into my head. And I said, oh yeah, I'm going to name it KJ3. And she had laughed at that. And she said, really? Like, what would make you think of Trinity? Really? With a club? And I said,
for a club.
Yeah, I know, right? What is the correlation with that? But she definitely made me think outside the box. And she said, you know, your business plan is phenomenal. Like, what is it that you really, truly want to do? And I said to her, I mean, it depends. I want to be my own, you know, entrepreneur. And at that time, I wanted to become an attorney. That's a whole nother story. So, but I'm happy with my decision of not pursuing becoming an attorney. But I definitely knew at that point that I wanted to be my own boss of some sort. But I wanted to do something that had meaning to it and something that I had a purpose and I loved and enjoyed to do, right?
You have to love it.
Yeah, you can't just wake up every day and say, oh gosh, another Monday, another Tuesday, another Wednesday. You know, you want to actually say, oh my God, today is Monday. I'm about to go and do this. And I'm going to, oh my God.
This is real life, y'all. Okay?
Gianni, what's the matter?
Did he say I love you?
Oh my, come.
Tell him to come say hi. He's yelling from like.
Sorry for one quick second. Let me go get my stuff. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hey, Misha. Hi, Pilot. What's the matter? Were you crying?
God.
Why were you crying?
Because I was Mommy.
Okay, well, Mommy's right here.
Give Mommy a hug. It's okay. Mommy said it's going to be all right.
But, yeah, what were you saying now? Oh, right. So, back to
I don't remember.
Green. So she said to me, you know,
That's your daughter. She said it's not her fault. She said she was trying to keep him quiet.
Oh, yeah, she was. I had them upstairs and I said, okay, stay upstairs. Mommy got to do a live with Shari. Please be quiet. I gave him everything too. I made sure he was fed. I said, all right, you're going to get your tablet. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Please let me get this at least, you know.
That's all right. That's real life. Yeah, you were talking about your professor, Professor Green.
Yeah, Professor Green. So she said to me, I love your business plan. You wrote a phenomenal business plan. And she said, what is it that you ultimately want to do in life? And beauty and, believe it or not, vodka came to my mind. I know, you did that double. She laughed and she did the same thing too, because she was like, what? Beauty and vodka? And I said, yes. She was like, well, why vodka? I said, well, don't you like vodka? I'm like, everybody loves vodka, but that's another thing that I want to definitely pursue one day. So it's just something that, those are my two passions. I love anything beauty, and I do like vodka, but I feel like it has to be tweaked a little bit because sometimes it's like either, okay, this is really great vodka, or this is just, yeah. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but for the most part, you have to go with passion, because that will, you know, no pun intended, it will trump anything that you want to do in life. I know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so, and this was something that is very, that I'm very passionate about. And I've had my friends, they'll talk to me and they'll say, oh, you know, Kim, you sound like so at ease when you talk about KJB, because you can tell that you really love what you do. And I really do. I love getting up. I love being creative. I even love staging and just doing like the whole production of like a new product video or a product photo. And
Yes.
it's great, you know?
Yes. Yes. I mean, absolutely. I can identify with that because the photo shoots for me are the best part.
Oh yeah, right? I can imagine.
Yeah, it's the best part. And then not only that, like just even the creative part, like creating the website, creating the posts, coming up with ways to empower women through my posts. It's not just about the fashion. It's about the fact that I want women to make statements. I want them to realize their value. So, I mean, every post comes with value. I try to instill not just buy this and buy that, but what are you doing today to make yourself feel better? You
Right.
know, what can you do to help the person next to you? How can you uplift yourself? How can you, you know, like I always want to make sure that we're expressing how you can do more to be inspirational. So, you know, and it's like women empowerment can be like promoting a woman's sense of worth, self-worth, her ability to make her own choices,
Yeah.
right? How can you influence social change? Like there's so much that women empowerment encompasses.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I'm so grateful for our relationship. I can't wait to see what we can develop. I had a great time with this live with you.
Me
We're gonna do
too,
this
girl.
again. I hope we do this again.
Oh, we're definitely gonna do this again. Like you said, I also too, like I love our relationship. I love that we're so naturally supportive of one another, and we genuinely care about each other's business. You know, like I'll always look at your stuff and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I'll like it and I'll repost it and I'll share it with my friends and my family. And I'm like, look at my girl. She's doing her thing with her boutique. You know, it looks so great. Her stuff is amazing. You know, and then I tell them all the time, I'm like, I bought items from her. They're great. You know, you need to go and check her out.
We could grow together because when we're like famous and rich, at least I could say that's my day one right there. I don't want no new friends.
And let me tell you something. It's very important because as you climb up, you always want to keep the ones that's been there from day one, because you'll never question their loyalty. You know, you'll always know that that person has your best interests at heart, and they will always keep it to you 100% real. And those are the people you want, you know?
And what I love that your daughter is in here. I love that she's witnessing this. She's, how old is she? 12 or 13?
She's 12. She'll be 13.
Kids are always watching. And I know that you're doing an amazing job, you and your mom, especially like instilling great value into her, explaining, you know, all the vital things to help instill self-confidence. I love that she's here watching this because moreover, it's demonstrating to her someone to look up to. And I'm sure she's proud of her mom.
She is. She actually tells me that. Like she'll pull me to the side and she'll just see me working. And she's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. You know, I love what you're doing. And I'll show her and I'll pull her to the side and I'll say, listen, you know, do you know what I'm doing? And I'll show her different things. If maybe I'm uploading something else that I'm tweaking on the website, or just putting products together, or trying to figure out what type of ingredient I want to do for my next product, right? I'll have her come in and I'll have her sit down, because guess what? At the end of the day, when all of this is said and done, this is going to be a legacy for your kids.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what you want to do, because you want to make sure that whatever lifestyle that you leave, you want to leave something that your kids can always have something and nobody can take from them.
Take it away from them. Yeah, Colin can't run a lady boutique. But
Yeah,
I
he
say,
can.
Colin,
He can.
my 10-year-old son can't run a ladies boutique. But you're right, maybe he could. And you know what?
He
He
could.
probably absolutely can put his own twist to it. You know, like
Yes.
100%.
Look how many
But
guys are
he's
doing
always
it
there.
out
You know
there
what?
too. Look how
Yeah.
many guys
And
are
he's
doing
always
it out there.
helping.
You got Versace, you had so many different things, Oscar De La Renta, you got so many different people that's there. Tom Ford. I mean, there's, and he can twist it to how he likes it. He could probably incorporate men's fashion,
But that's what
right?
I'm saying. He'll put his twist to it, whatever which way direction he wants to take it. He's always helping, always. I'll
I
throw
can
some behind
imagine.
the scenes photos, maybe sometime this weekend, of Colin helping out during the photo shoots or even like with me merchandising. He's always there. And I always say the kids are watching.
Yeah.
Watch.
It's more than just many different things, just like the financing, the budgeting, even just sealing the deal in business. Like you're doing so many different networking. That's so good and instrumental for him to start learning how to do, because in this world you got to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to stand up and how to articulate with whatever it is that you want to do. So that's super important. And he's watching you also, Shari, and he's seeing, here it is, my Dr. Mommy, she's doing big things. She's also started her own business. Oh my God. Now I know the sky's the limit. I too can be just as
I can
driven
do
as
it.
she is. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Judith said, that's my mom. She said, when you're
Bye,
passionate
Mom.
when you're passionate about something, you put your mind and body into it, you can never go wrong. Yes, that's true. Tiffany, hey Tiff. That's one of my good girlfriends from college days. She said, discuss the concept behind your business, please. Um, when you say concept, do you mean like maybe like what I was speaking about earlier, how I linked the heritage behind the brand? Is that what you
I
meant?
think you answered. I think you answered that. Was
Okay.
that from, I didn't see that question.
Oh, Karen, that's my mommy in-law. She says,
Okay.
loving the lip balm and the lip colors. Another one of my supporters. And I tell you, Shari,
Beautiful.
besides yourself, this I have to shout out Tanya. That is my fiance Dwayne's cousin. She was, oh my God, she's been my biggest supporter too. Like as soon as I drop something, she's like, I'm getting it. Just order it. Just order it. It's so good. Oh, Tiffany said, so do you sell in stores? No, not yet. The plan is I definitely want to sell in stores, like possibly I wouldn't mind selling in Target.
Yes, you can do it. If you want to get your products into mainstream,
Hmm.
Target, you can.
I
Absolutely.
definitely want to do that. I definitely want to. And of course, Sephora. Do you have various backdrops for your photos? Not really. What I use, sometimes I try to be a little bit more creative where I'm kind of freestyling. So when I do it, I feel like it blends in naturally with my products. So like I'll do like oh, just recently I just did a product photo with the
The
Bob
Bob
Marley
Marley
bag.
bag.
Yeah, and I
Hmm.
just did it on the counter with my
Mama,
products. Yeah, Bob Marley. So so he I just wanted to put something that's a little bit more original. I didn't want something that's like so typical with the white backdrop or maybe a blue or black backdrop or anything like that. I mean, I don't oppose to it because there's so much things that you can do with the editing. It's
The
amazing.
possibilities are endless. Yep.
Right. But I'll more like to do like live scenes and then I'll try to do it, in that
Hmm.
way because it kind of has like more of a different flair to it. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah, I like how your flat lay, how your pictures come out. Love
oh,
it.
thank you. That's just me and my iPhone girl.
Yeah, I do a combination of both. I get lifestyle shots, and that's more for social media. But then for my website, I just want to showcase the clothing. Like if you're coming to shop, I want you to just see the piece. You don't need to see my face. I don't need to be crossing the street. Just see the
Exactly.
clothing.
Exactly.
So that's great.
This one, okay, another question. Some challenges with customers. I have to say I don't have any challenges with the customers. I'm pretty much straightforward on my website just due to just because of hygienic reasoning. I don't take back any products. So once it's bought, that's really basically it. I try to be as accommodating as I can. So I'm very social. So if I'm on Facebook and Instagram, I'm always answering customers. I'm always answering people that will reach out to me about my product or just an inquiry. I had somebody that actually broke the top off of this. Actually, two people broke the top of the lip balm, and they came to me and they said, well, you know, I love it, and I broke the top of the lip balm. Do you have another top? And I was like, no, I don't have another top. You'd have to buy another one. But I told them, I said, you have to be careful because this glass, like, that's another reason why I wanted to have sustainability. This can be recycled. So
Yeah.
everything is 100% recycled. So you lessen your carbon footprint, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but for the most part, I don't have any problems with any customers. What about you? Have you had any problems with customers?
No problems with customers. Everything goes pretty seamlessly. Any questions that they have, I mean, I have a chat function within the chat, but I mean, I have a chat function within the website, but I also, through Facebook, people usually ask questions there too. All the information is usually available on the website, but you know, people don't read. That's okay. I don't mind answering the questions.
I know.
Yeah.
But I have it in my privacy policy and frequently asked questions. I have all of that stuff on there.
Yeah. I did have on one of my posts on Facebook, somebody said something about how she said, boycott all of these boutiques because they don't follow through, they don't deliver. So she explained her experience of ordering and not receiving product, and how when you try to contact customer service, it's a bot. So I mean, I don't delete comments, I leave it. And I replied and I explained, you've never bought from me before.
Right,
So
right.
I wanted to make it clear that she's not my customer. But I'm sorry that you've had such negative experiences, you know. It is true, I offer store credit. I don't give refunds, but there are situations where I have given refunds, and every situation is different.
Right.
I'm a real person. I'm a real person. I'm not a bot.
Right.
You can call me, you can email me, you know, and I can guarantee that you'll have a favorable experience. I deliver, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just think that person was angry. They were angry, and it had nothing to do with me.
It's so good that
She
you cleared
probably
it
was
up, though.
copying and pasting on every boutique she came across. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I left it. I left the comment and I replied to it because somebody had an issue, and why not address it?
No, yeah, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel I can understand the catch-22 with that, because not for nothing. I mean, sometimes you will order from places and they'll use this COVID thing now, right? And they'll say, oh, yeah, it's in the mail, and you never get it. They just take your money. They're so quick to take your money, but they're not able to give you your product. And that's another thing that I wanted to always make sure that I don't care how big Kim Jarrett Beauty gets, customer service is number one. Number one. I have to make sure my products, once they're ordered, my products are getting ready to be sent out. They are there's no issue with my customers getting and receiving their products. And I make sure I do quality control, because as soon as I'm sending out something, okay, there's an order for St. Anne's Bay. I'm going to make sure before I even put it in a packaging, I'm looking at it. I'm, you know, investigating. I'm making sure there's no cracks, no nothing. Everything is good. Okay, great. It's ready to go.
Yep.
You know, you have to make sure that you put in that effort, because let me tell you something. I feel like sometimes these companies, they come out here and they just want to get that dollar and be gone. I'm the type of person, I want to create that same leverage. You remember how when you used to, when we were in high school, we used to have, like, we would be so loyal to a brand. We'd be like, oh my God, I got to go to Guess, right? Or I gotta go buy this from Ralph Lauren. And the reason why you kept going back is because the quality was great, the customer service was great, and And then on top of that, they always made sure that you got what you wanted, that you paid for.
Absolutely.
Right?
Right.
So I want to incorporate that within my brand. I want people to know this is not a one-time purchase. Like, I want to have a loyal customer for life.
Absolutely.
I want a customer
Absolutely.
that will say, okay, I'm going to tell my family, I'm going to tell my friends, I'm even going to tell this stranger over here that I don't know, because this is how great this product is. And
Yes.
this is how the Kim Jarrett Beauty, their customer service made me feel. You know, it's so important. I've had so many people come out and they said, wow, thank you so much for, you know, answering my question. You know, sometimes it just takes that 1 second to just respond to someone.
Yeah.
It really
It
doesn't
doesn't
hurt.
cost anything. Exactly.
You know?
Customer satisfaction, number one. Absolutely. It's just tough, especially in the realm of online shopping. There are people out there that scam others. So it's like a question of credibility, and is this real? And is it going to look the same way when I get it?
Right.
So, you know, I get it. People are jaded, but that I don't have that problem over here. We don't have that problem in these.
No, we don't have that problem. And you know why we don't have that problem too? Because we're very authentic with our stuff. And we do videos and we show them like, okay, look, this is how it looks. And we demonstrate it on ourselves, and we're saying, wow, it feels good. And we explain how it feels and all of that. So
soft.
it's just so
This is
soft.
from soft, comfortable, long sleeves, you know,
Transfer on the
real.
You know, doesn't make your lips peel. Doesn't
There
give you that chalky look. Ugh, I hate
Keep
that.
going. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, someone said building brand trust is hard, especially for small businesses on the rise. Yes. But you know what? 1 second, Gianni, I got to make this point. You have to make sure while you're building your brand and that trust, you got to be consistent. So you can't just flip-flop and say, okay, I'm going to do it this way, and then the next time you're doing it a whole different way. You have to be consistent. And I think that's how you build the key to that brand trust.
Yeah.
Because I'm more thinking as a consumer, right? When I purchase something from a specific company, I'm looking at how they handle situations. Sometimes things happen. Everybody is human. We make mistakes. Something may go right, and then you'll say, oh my gosh, I really love this, but this one is all messed up. And I'm one of those people. I don't know about you, Shari, but when I go shopping, I will go and say, oh no, I need a fresh one. Do you do that?
Well, if it's messed up, then yeah, I'm gonna need a fresh one. But
no. But the thing is, it's not even messed up, right? I'm so OCD about this. This is something that people, unless you're super, super, super close to me, like my kids or my parents or something, no, not now. They will say, oh my God, Kim, you can be a little bit too much. Like, somebody can actually like rip off the wrapping, they'll put it on the display. And I said, no, I don't want this one. People touch it. I need a fresh one.
But if they opened it up in front of you.
Put this. I'm super. Yes, Tiffany, she knows I'm super particular. Like, I will be like, I'll see you unwrap it. And if I see one person touch it, I'm like, no, I need a fresh one. You have any more in the back? I'm serious. I'm just
but
so
Jordan,
like that.
To Jordan's comment, like, absolutely. I mean, building brand trust is hard, but there are so many ways, and maybe we could talk about this on our next talk, but there's so many ways you can build that trust. Us showing up today, you seeing us live, us showing you our products is like, that's like trust. You can see, like, I'm not drop ship. I'm not taking like a product that I didn't even lay hands on and sending it to you, or not even sending anything to you at all.
Exactly.
You know, showing up every day and, like you said, being consistent is one way to build brand trust. But maybe we can compile a bunch of ways that we can do that in business. That way other small businesses can take heed and learn to do that.
Yeah.
I had a customer. This was like last week. She purchased from me. She's first time customer. I think she was in like Illinois. And I guess she sent a message through the chat. And you can sense the panic in her message. Like, oh, wow. I placed an order at 6:06 p.m. and I never got a confirmation of my order. Hello, is anyone there? You know, like, it was like all caps. And I'm like, Hi, good evening. Thanks for reaching out. How can I help you? I never got a confirmation. I never da da da. So then I looked at the history of the order, and
Hmm.
she received the confirmation through SMS, through messaging.
Uh,
She's like, there's nothing in my email. And I'm like, well, dear, that's because you didn't enter an email. But there was an SMS notification sent at 6:07 p.m.
right.
I can resend it for you if you would like.
Hmm.
But you can, I said, and then she said, she looked, I guess, and then she's like, my 8-year-old has my phone most of the time. She didn't even realize she got a text message.
Oh,
So I said, that's okay. I can understand you're buying from me for the first time and you didn't really know. She's
right.
like, yeah, she's been scammed before. You know, people are jaded. They've had issues in the past and they just don't know who to trust. So I can completely understand that. But she was so grateful for me responding. She even said it like, I'm
Hmm.
so relieved that you're not a bot.
Hmm.
What's going on out there?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
getting really tired of these damn bots, right? Oh
uh,
my God. Tell me about it.
so
I mean, literally, let me tell you about this situation with Supreme. I'm sorry, I gotta put them out there because I'm so fed up of bots. I wanted this Mariah Carey, because I love Mariah, right? I wanted this Mariah Carey t-shirt for Christmas.
mhm.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on the website, I'm gonna make sure that I have this ready, click my size, ready to go. Dwayne goes, you know, Kim, you're going up against bots, right? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's not like Adidas or anything like that. Like you don't put all your information in and ready to like send it, right? So I'm on there, he's on there. I got shut out so many times, but he ended up getting it. But that's just how this world is going now. But then you see at the same time, these companies don't realize. I mean, it's gonna take a while for people to like get turned off from Supreme because they really have really good products. But I gotta tell you, after a while, when you're just going, head to toe with computers and it's not that organic feel, we were very fortunate. Remember, Shari, when we were trying to buy our sneakers, it was nothing like what it is now, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they took the fun out of buying sneakers, like, or even anything else that you really want, right? Because there's so many different processes. You got to get a lottery. You got to pre-program your credit card information. There's just so much different crap. And I
Yeah.
said, everybody lost that essence now of shopping.
Yeah.
Shopping used to
Yeah.
be fun. It used to be authentic. You used to have a
And it still
person.
can be. It still can be. And that's where
Yes,
we have
raffles.
to bring it back.
Yes, yes, and it's just something that I feel like our brands, I feel like once we start changing the mold, we're gonna have all those other companies that's gonna say, hey, let me take a look at their model because they're doing something right.
Yeah.
They're gaining more loyal customers, and it's not one-time purchasers, and people are not disgruntled. People are actually, people are actually going out and is supporting these brands. So
Yeah.
there's something I'm not doing right. That's in my whole thought
You
process.
feel,
Is just like Lee Blow said, raffles. They do raffles now too.
hmm
Raffles, bots, hyper beasts. It's terrible. It's something where it becomes more of a headache to buy now. And I feel like,
hmm
again, this is something like collaborations that we are doing, and we're like, doing this whole support system. We're going to start changing the mold of how a brand is supposed to really be. Put
Yes.
customers back number one.
Number one.
Make
Absolutely.
sure your products have quality in them.
hmm
Make sure that you're actually putting your authentic self out there so people actually know what is it that I'm buying.
Yeah.
They're not guessing and trying to say, oh gosh, I could use this, but I don't really want to use it on my kid because it has all these toxic chemicals in it. And it's not even just skincare or cosmetics. It's actually in your clothes too, your
Yes,
furniture.
it is. Yes.
The other day when I was buying something from one of these furniture stores, it had a warning label on it, and it
The
said something about,
California something 95 warning. Yep. about
Mercury. It had mercury in it, and it made me stop
listen,
because I said I'm not putting no mercury in my house.
that's
You know,
right.
so you gotta know what you're doing. You really do. Anybody has any more questions for me and Shari before we wrap this up?
Better yet, if you have questions, feel free to hit us up through DM also. We'll
Yeah.
compile all the questions, or if you want to hear something next, if there's a topic that you want to jump in, like just let us know. We'll be happy to come back on and do this again. So,
Oh yeah, because we'll definitely do this again. This was
yeah,
amazing, Shari.
I had a great time.
Yeah, me too. We covered a whole lot of stuff.
No, we did. So what does sis even mean, girl? You're my sis. And sis means
Yes.
that we will always build that authenticity, that honesty, clear communication. We're developing a great relationship. We provide value to each other.
We show up for one another.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys for joining us.
Yes,
We're
thank
going
you
to
so
tune in.
much. We really do
Hopefully you'll tune in
appreciate
next
all your
time.
support.
Thank you. All right, guys. Kim.
Okay, bye, Gianni.
Bye, Gianni.
Bye.
Look at that smile. I'm so happy that you're happy.
Oh, yes. Where's Colin? He's so quiet.
Yeah, I put him, he's playing his game.
Well, it's a pleasure, Shari, and we're going to definitely circle back and do a whole nother live again.
All right, you guys. Bye, Lexi.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.